I find it hard to see how they win a game. And I'm not trying to be an asshole and be hard. It's potentially the worst team we've ever seen take an AFL field. Everyone's saying this team will win a game all year, and I couldn't agree more. I think I probably started it. Mm-hmm. I ran with this earlier. I went on their list and said, I don't know shit all about this team. Where's Dusty gone?
Yeah.
Where's Rioli?
Totally.
Where's Baker? Or where are all the premiership stars? Honestly, if they don't win by 10 plus goals, it's a loss. I just don't see how they even get closer from here.
This is officially the darkest day in Carlton's history. This is bottom of the bottom. I'm Richmond, guys. This is...
Here we go. Time to overreact. Overreaction Mondays is officially back. Good weekend for fans of Collingwood. Had the best weekend of their lives. Got to see the Blues just become laughingstock of the league. Then just give the business to the power. Tigers fans, good weekend. Adelaide fans, good weekend. Dogs fans, good weekend. Suns, Hawks, Giants. Missing anyone? All those great weekends. And for the rest, absolutely just abysmal. Bad weekend for everyone in this studio right now. I think it's pretty, open and out there what happened to me. To kick off the round.
Yeah.
In case you didn't know, horrible for you.
Well, no, you say that, but Electric and I mean, we had great weekends. Like, our team's just lost at the final, like, right at the end of Sunday.
No, your team stinks. Don't say you lost at the first bounce.
Yeah, at the end of Sunday.
No.
Rich, you had all Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We actually had, like, a really good weekend. Like, it was just
Stop
Sunday,
looping yourself in with Melbourne.
Sunday
Melbourne
afternoon.
had a good game. They were good. They could have won.
You said we weren't going to score one goal.
You scored how many? 7?
Yeah, 70, I think we scored 72 points. This is all right.
It's actually obviously a lot more than I thought. It's 52 points more than I thought.
Without Max King, Dan Butler.
Things are looking up.
Mitch Owens.
Optimistic after 11-goal loss. Very optimistic early.
I was trying to do the maths, and it's not my strong suit, but I reckon Saints still come out on top over the Blues, because if you're losing by 13 points to a team that's expected to not win a game and finish bottom, and we lose by 63 points to a team that's supposed to play
You're doing
finals,
footy maths here, aren't you?
Then I still think
that you're an 80-point better team than Carlton.
Yeah.
That's great footy maths.
That's where that works.
That's exactly how it works, yeah.
Tell me I'm wrong.
It is. Well, it's as we said, this was a free hit for all the stinky teams this week just to be as stinky as you want. Like, there was nothing in this round, given Thursday night and what happened, where a team could go out there and embarrass themselves as much as the Blues or become the main talking point this week in football.
I tell you what, Port just escaped it because should be the talking point, really.
If that was 3 digits, that would have taken the cake.
Yeah.
And it's not often I pray for Collingwood to kick goals, but I was there going, please just take the pressure off.
Yeah.
I need this.
Yep.
I definitely need this. But football's so stupid. Like, it's just the dumbest thing. Every year I just go into the season thinking, you know what, this year's going to be different. My team's going to turn things around. And then after 1 week, you're just like, what am I even watching football for? Like, why am I doing this to myself? It's the best. It's awesome. I love it. But, like, it's just a stupid thing to put yourself through. And I don't get it. But we keep doing it. And we'll do it for another 6 months.
Yeah. And you're right. I had that feeling yesterday too. Particularly, it's the weight for me. Like, it doesn't affect me as much for some reason during the year, because by that stage, you've had a couple of wins, a couple of losses, whatever. But when you've been waiting all summer and you're just waiting and you're waiting.
And they're saying, and the team's saying, oh, this is the best we've ever looked. Everyone's
looking great.
Fit.
Draft picks are looking unbelievable. It's all, and then immediately, Crows score a goal and you're like, oh, great.
Great.
Well, that was fun then.
Yeah.
What a wait.
At least your season's still alive.
Well, exactly.
Like, ours is dead. We are shot. We're just, we could be tanking. We could be looking at a team that's tanking this year, given how we're going. And now we're going to play Hawks as well on Thursday night, which I think I'm going to go to. I think this is a genuine business trip for me to attend. Mm-hmm. Full, suit, briefcase, and let the boys know that we're not here to have fun, play songs out loud after goals, Barkley smoked ham going around the MCG. No, this is a full business trip. You
don't enjoy this game.
This is horrible.
You can't, but I reckon going in with the attitude of having fun doesn't work against
Nah, it doesn't.
Hawthorn.
No smiling.
It's
honestly no smiles out there. And Hawks are so dangerous. But I've just had an absolutely horrible, I guess, we'll know how it went down. It continued right through the weekend. Literally everyone came for me.
Yeah.
Or everyone on socials, anyone who had a phone was in my inbox in Australia. It felt. Netflix came after me. That was good. Now I've had that Kath and Kim meme stuck in my head all weekend. So they just decided to drive by me. Who else came for me? Richmond themselves, they came for me. They did a funny post. So it's been a really just a week where I couldn't leave the house. Went to the F1 for a couple of hours.
Bit of a distraction.
Tried to just break the cycle.
Yep.
Yeah, I was stuck in the four walls. I think Poppy's first word were like Richmond. And I was like, okay, I got to get out of this house. This is even my 10-week-old kid's taking the piss out of me now. And when I went to the F1, sure enough, every person I saw, even at South Melbourne Market, were like, hey, Richie Rich. Hey, little Rich. Hey, Micro Rich. Richmond.
That's the one bit, like, well, it's not the one bad thing about changing your name to Richmond, but like the nicknames that can flow on from Richmond, it's kind of endless.
It is.
Richo, Little Richie Rich.
Yeah, I get it.
Like,
I got it. I'm clear. I know I've heard them all.
You've heard them all?
I've heard them all. So it's just a bad week. So we rebuild. We bounce again. Hopefully post this episode, we park it and we say, you know what? That was just the worst ever. Let's try and make it even worse on Thursday night when we play the Hawks. But F1 was in town.
I'm surprised Poppy's first word's not vroom.
It was loud.
Given the fact where I can hear it in Elstonwick.
Yeah, they're loud. Vicious. Do you watch it all, you revhead?
No.
No, you're not.
Am I a
No.
revhead?
You don't even know what your car is, actually. Why am I asking
Quite
you?
like Dodgem cars, if that's what you're asking, but that's kind of...
F1 was in town. It's a very cool race considering absolutely pissed down on Sunday.
So was yesterday the main one?
Yeah. So
What a
it the
shame.
weekend. Qualifying was on the Saturday and the race is on Sunday.
Yeah.
And Saturday was 37 degrees and then yesterday just pouring down rain. And Piastri crashed out. Everyone's thought about that. So, but it was cool. Lando Norris, I met him during the week. He won.
Nice guy?
Yeah. Don't say anything to do with it, but maybe I did. Oh, they're very small, the drivers.
Well, they'd have to be, yeah.
Thick necks, though. Like real girthy necks. Like just a lot of neck muscle there. You'd have to for the amount of G-forces going through you.
But this is potentially a bit of a stupid point, but how fit do you have to be an F1 driver?
I mean, I wouldn't assume they have to do 2K time trials. That seems a bit irrelevant for them.
No, I assume maybe like your weight is important.
Your weight.
So you would have to be
a certain
healthy,
like
and,
a jockey.
Yeah,
you'd have to be under a certain weight, like make weight. I'd say. I don't know. I think you could just be. I mean, you aren't really exerting any physical energy driving.
It would be intense though.
On the body, be a lot.
Yeah.
I think I could be up there if I drove one of the cars.
Yeah,
give me a spin. Give me a spin. But that was cool. Melbourne comes. I mean, it was busy getting around here in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Crazy. Just traffic and mayhem everywhere. It wasn't good that more people came to like the hub of Melbourne to then see me and be like, oh, there's that Richmond guy.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
funny.
there he is.
So that was good. But as I said, Carlton, shitty weekend continued. It actually continued the day of recording last week when I vented. Everyone clear how I felt? We got that across?
I got that right out of the gate.
Good.
Immediately.
Good. Continued as soon as we kind of turned the recording off when we found out that Carlton cancelled their membership day on SEN on the Friday. So after Thursday's loss, they called up SEN and said, hey, we don't think doing a membership drive is the thing to do here.
So what's the go with these days? How does it normally work?
I think every club's doing them. It's just a drive memberships. I think you get like 5 interviews in total, 4 players and the coach.
Yep.
Where it's, Jared or Dwayne Russell or one of them interviewing the boys. And then I think they take some calls from callback. So that would have been an absolute nightmare. But just the absolute arrogance for the club to pencil this in. And thinking and assuming that they were going to just wipe the floor with Richmond and then to cancel it.
You would have never thought that.
No,
you would
no. I mean, it is a smart move by the PR team. You don't want people just abusing the players. Not good for the mindset.
No,
being abused next year on a Friday and they have to front up on a Friday or on the next Thursday. But just wasn't a good look. Like you just got to front up. Let Vossi take the calls. Get him on there working behind SEN there, just fielding calls, answering. It's just went from bad to worse.
Have they rescheduled it? Or have they just been it for the time being?
I'm hanging out for membership refund day. I don't know when that one is, but I would be keen to get that one underway so we can get some money back for what we went through. Also, sources say to me that the boys went to the F1 on the Friday and the club was like, hey,
no,
don't post that because it's not a good look that you're out there living your life.
Yeah. Enjoying yourself.
You should be really sad and upset.
Yeah.
Have you seen what Richmond's doing? He's flat as. That's how you boys should be. So that's fine. Let the boys go to F1.
No.
Let them post it.
No.
You don't reckon?
Nah.
You don't like it?
It's the worst loss in your history, virtually.
But you can't sit inside. I mean, I did. I probably took it worse than anyone, actually.
Yeah.
I took it, yeah.
You were setting the tone.
I was setting the sadness tone, for sure. If anyone took it the worst, it was definitely me. So just horrible. I don't know where they go. I am thinking if I'm going to the game, I would love to go to the president's lunch, but I have attacked the president. Actually, he's sacked. Looks like he's not there anymore.
Perfect.
No penis, allegedly. So that's good.
He doesn't have one.
I can still show my face, can't I, at the president's lunch?
If you're invited. If you're not invited, I probably wouldn't rock
Or if I
up.
buy my own ticket. Support the boys. Are we talking now?
They're not cheap. I still get the regular emails from the Carlton.
Remember when you got some and then you backed out? You still owe them money for that.
I didn't go. I didn't buy them.
That's very
Here's
funny.
the booking link.
You actually, you should hit him up again.
Absolutely.
And ask. At Marvel Stadium, this is a scandal gone around at Marvel. Can't believe this is happening. Some guy posted his beer and was like, "Oh, this beer tastes a bit weird." Looked at the bottom of it. Out by 6 months. Out of date.
Was it a bottle?
$14.
Or like
Canned.
It was a can.
Mm-hmm. Out here, Marvel just selling off beers. Not what you want if you're a North fan.
No.
Getting pounded, playing in a sauna, and then drinking some off beers. That's huge.
Is it bad for you?
I don't know if it's bad for you, but I think it's definitely like you prefer to have them in date.
Well, especially if you're drinking like a Great Northern or something.
Yeah, I don't think beers. I think it's like a best before,
Yeah.
not drink by. Like it's not milk. If it was canned milk, I'd be concerned. But
Sure.
I'm massive on dates. If something's out of date by a day, I'm not having it.
Yeah, right.
I can't do it.
Just
Mentally, the psyche of that. No, thank you.
Yeah, but you're right though. There's a difference between used by and best before. But you're also it's like 12, 13, 14 bucks.
Yeah.
For it, like
Yeah.
make it in date.
I know.
If I'm paying that,
You would drink like milk out of date, wouldn't you?
no, but you're right. There's a massive dip. But like beers, I have for sure.
Yeah. I think beers are fine, but still, it's not a good look for mine. Just get in-date beers.
Yeah.
You're stinging people $14 of beers.
Oh, absolutely.
Just make them in date.
Yeah.
It's not on. So the Loud House as well. Back to the MCG. A lot of action at the MCG this week. Yes, the games, but we had the turf.
What
I feel
happened?
like everyone was on the floor on the turf. You know how I felt about Harry being on the turf, but even all the games there. I mean, Sunday's different because it was pouring down yesterday, but the games that were played on it before Sunday, just bodies on the floor, slip and sliding. Now we think that the grass was longer than what it's supposed to be. Yeah, we got a few players messaging me saying the turf, it wasn't the studs. No, they said the turf was actually longer than what it normally is that time of the year. But just enough for the boys to slip over.
How does that work? What's the science behind that?
Well, the groundsman just growed out a little bit more. And then
why would that make you slip over more?
because if it's a little bit longer and then gets dewy and they water the ground like a couple hours before the game starts, just to give it some soft, I don't know, a soft impact to it. Yeah. They reckon that this year the grounds crew just made it longer. And that's why everyone's slipping over. Like normally if it's short, then you're not going to have the lushness of the grass to slide on.
Yeah.
So everyone's like, hey, this grass is long as.
Yeah.
Cut it back a bit.
Yeah.
There was that. And then I got sent a lot. The MCG must have like a new scoreboard, like the graphics scoreboard. Graphics teams are just going way too out of line about like, don't go out of your comfort zone. So the MCG scoreboard, I haven't been in the Loud House. You were there.
Yeah.
You said you couldn't see it.
Yeah, well, a fair reflection as to what ticket I got. I got standing room only. I was essentially inside watching the TV. Like,
Essentially at home.
like yeah, I saw more of the top of the, like, level 2 over the top of me than I did the actual scoreboard.
Okay. Well, they're running like this scaffolding graphic.
Right.
Where it's like the MCG scoreboard is under construction. But not actually the scoreboard, just the graphics on the screen. It's like a lot of scaffolding, a lot of piping, and like different... people who've been there know. It's really weird. And then also, they've bring in these new like animations to the screen where yesterday's game, it was raining, the D's Giants game, it was raining on the ground, obviously. Mm-hmm. And for some reason, the MCG scoreboard had a massive windscreen wiper going across it. Like, the scoreboard's not wet. If anything, I think it's got a cover on it this year. I don't know what we're doing here with graphics, but we need to pull it back.
We have in this country such a strong sporting identity. We love the NFL and the NBA.
Yeah.
And everything that America brings sport-wise.
Yeah.
But we don't have to copy them with everything.
No.
The graphics are getting out of control.
Just ridiculous.
Like you can tell someone's with that, at least on the scoreboard on our TVs, you can tell someone's watched far too much NFL.
Must be Fox Footy guy.
Like
He's watched way too much. Way too much. I did run into one of the guys at Fox. He put it very high up. And he said to me immediately, he's like, oh, so you got an issue with my scoreboard? And I was like, well, joking.
Yeah.
It looks awesome. It's great. So they're happy with it over there at Fox. They love it.
I wonder, like, how do they play that for the rest of the year? Like, how stubborn will they be? Is it just that we're not changing it, you guys can get stuffed, or like...
They're not changing now. They've dug the heels in. It's so big. Even on the weekend, like, I know that they can put all the stats through the banner or the score bug, and it's constant, so you see the score, and then you see who's, like, got efficiency and that, but it's so long. So they're not. It's here to stay. They're not changing it at all. Something we didn't talk about. Back on the MCG. Just one last thing. I do remember this. 2 things from the MCG, which is just
take your time.
I don't know what's happening. If it's this round, if it's Richmond setting the tone for it to be a really weird round, but there were guys in the MCG not wearing shoes, and for me, that's a massive no-no.
Yeah.
MCG, the Loud House, is definitely like a shoes-on venue.
Yeah. You
can't be taking your shoes off at all. This is an aeroplane. You're not on a 6-hour flight. There's no need for the shoes to come off. Do we agree on that?
Yeah, I also wouldn't be taking my shoes off on a 6-hour flight. That's disgusting.
Why not?
For everyone else.
Mate, if feet gets... Well, Ash stands up, so he doesn't have that luxury. Ash is probably in the spa at the
plane. He's getting his feet massaged.
As if you're not taking shoes off. Sometimes the feet get sweat up and you just got to take them off.
Yeah, I don't know about that, mate. But I'm with you. And one thing that I'm really happy about, if you're not following, I'm sure most people are, but follow Dan Does Footy on Instagram, because some of the things that people send you that you post, I forgot how many characters we've got out there.
So many.
Like, all the way back to opening round, we had the lizards at the game.
Yeah.
The feet.
The Star Wars guy.
Guy eating a hot chicken.
Now, that was another one I wanted to bring up. Is it play on this year to take a bachelor's handbag?
Is it play on to bring your own food? I haven't done it ever, I don't think. Like,
in this economy, I think it's play on. I want to see someone bring like the most ridiculous food. Like a fondue fountain. Yeah. Just something so absolutely crazy out there.
Chalky fondue, how good would that be?
So chicken's definitely leading.
Yeah, I just didn't know if you were allowed to bring food in at all.
So does security check the chicken? Because you have to check bags. It's the chicken's in a bag, but also the chicken, the stuffing.
Yeah.
Like, we hope this never happens, but there could be like an AK-47 in there.
In the chicken, yeah.
You know, or like something where the security should be checking the chicken's backside.
Yeah.
And have, if you walk past, there's someone getting their chicken checked and you got security just, fist deep in a chicken, just making sure there's nothing in there.
Well, I think that in the case of an AK-47 would be able to tell.
That one was a bit silly. Yeah. Like let's just say like a small machete.
Well, let's not give people ideas. What you could fit into a chicken.
You could take your own beers.
You could definitely okay, now we're talking.
So say you could fit, I don't know how many beers you could fit in a cooked chook, but say you could fit 6 in there.
I reckon you could fit 3.
Beers?
Yeah. Empty out the stuffing. I reckon you could fit 3 beers. And hey, that's like $40.
It depends on the chicken.
It totally depends on the chicken if it's free range or not.
Yeah. You'd be on to source a big chicken and see how many beers you get inside it.
You can also get the bachelor's handbag of the pork. Like it's a pork belly. You could definitely hollow that out.
We're definitely turning into like a festival setup here, given the prices. Someone did say they take their own alcohol in, which I don't hate at all.
Well, you can't.
Can you take a Camelback in? Could I take a Camelback in full of beer, like 4 litres of beer on my back?
I tell you what, if you did that with a jacket, they're not...
You could.
Yeah.
Oh, well, imagine that, taking just 4 litres, don't have to get up. And I also have the, I think it's more for old people in hospital when they can't get up to pee, but I have the decatheter as well, so I don't have to leave my seat.
Catheter, yeah.
Catheter, yeah.
I think you're thinking of a
decanter.
decathlon.
I think a decanter.
Or a decanter.
What's it called?
A catheter.
I'd have that as well, so I don't have to leave the seat. I can
That'd
just
be
piss
good.
in my spot.
That
would
really
hurt.
Good.
It's a lot of admin.
Yeah, it's a lot of admin, but...
To go up through the anteater. Speaking of anteaters, we did not talk about that Sam Lawler's hog being out.
Yeah, well, to be fair, you had a lot going on Friday.
Yeah,
it wasn't my place to bring up the number 1 draft picks, Tassie's hanging out, but
literally,
it did happen.
His plums and his anteater just swinging around.
Now, was it plums or was it anteater?
No, it was plum.
I thought it was definitely Tassie's, for sure.
It was. A lot came out. So for those, I think everyone might have seen it. It was getting doing the rounds and socials, but he kicked the goal. Don't know if it sunk the Blues, but he kicked a good goal and was excited about it.
Yeah.
And when he was running around fist pumping, his junk just fell out of his jocks, and it was just swinging around. And he posted on Instagram. I love that he can take a joke. Like, his Instagram's very funny. So he took to Instagram and posted, oh my God, it's so small here. What a night. Thanks, Richmond, for the opportunity. Keen for many more to come. And then I think it's an eggplant emoji.
Yeah, I think that'd just be referring to like the good diet that he's on at the moment.
Yeah, so it has nothing to do.
And stuff.
Nothing to do with his one-eyed trouser snake. And then the boys got right into him. So Tim Taranto tags Bonds, Kane McAuliffe went nuts. Murphy Reid just from Freo with a drive-by nuts. Finn O'Sullivan put like a gif up of, I think it's like a rat with what I assume is a nut in his mouth and the cheeks are real blown out.
Yeah, a squirrel, but yeah.
Squirrel, yeah. Yep. Jacob Bauer was impressive. Good game too.
Yep, very good.
Thompson Dow just went straight to the point. He said anteater. And my favourite comment, which Ash pointed out to us, was man drinks beer. That's his handle. No dicking around here. Gotta love it. Performance was nuts. Been a length since I've seen a game that good. Big difference from getting shafted every week last season. Pen 15.
I don't get it.
So good. So good on him. Not often that a young kid, just gets his anteater out for the boys to see and the whole crowd.
I mean, tell you
I've
what,
never seen it.
It gives us a fair indication as to how pumped up he was.
Yeah.
So, he's here to not muck around.
He's put his nuts on the line.
Yeah.
That guy loves the club, puts his nuts out there every week for them. So that was very funny by him. And it did do the rounds. It got sent to me lots. And I think everyone was like, you should post this. I'm like, I'm not going to post this guy's, wand out there for everyone to see. Should we go some hotline?
Yeah.
I don't want to check it. Hopefully that we don't have a bunch of people like insulting me because my DM was just pretty much the hotline this week.
Panda's Footy Hotline, yeah.
Sounds good to be back.
Panda's Footy Hotline, yeah. If you've got a problem or a solution, then leave a message and we might read it, unless we are really, really, really busy.
Fuck, that was good to hear.
Mm-hmm.
Did we play it last week or not?
Yeah, we did.
It's good to be back. How did we go with the sting this week?
Well, I've opted for, in past tense,
Yeah.
as a punishment for this week at least, we're keeping the same one.
Okay, people got around that.
Yeah.
A lot of people got around it. Let's see what we got here.
I got married late last year.
Oh, okay, congrats.
And I chose to keep my own name.
Big.
Very proud of my last name. And
What is it?
after a couple of Chardonnays, I told everyone that if Freo don't win a premiership in the next 5 years, I'll change my name to my husband's. A bit like you, little Dan.
Well,
Little
different.
Richmond.
Rich?
Fool. I'm an
Yeah.
absolute fool because there's absolutely fucking no way Freo are going to win a premiership in the next 5 years playing like that. What they did in Geelong was fucking abysmal, but I love them, so looking forward to next week.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. It's a love-hate relationship. That's bold. I would highly, as someone who's done it, I would recommend not putting name changes on the line for anything in life.
Yeah, but I respect you so much that yours was like for the next day. I don't know about it's going, I'll do it in 5 years' time. Like, gives
Mine
you a
was
lot of leeway.
ASAP.
Yeah.
We are speaking to legal as well about
Yes.
it. So just a follow-up for everyone who's asking if it's going to happen. It will happen. I'm just working out how I can have a short window of having the name, then go back to just being me again.
Yep.
Because speaking of being me, did you see the trainer for the Pies that looks exactly like me?
He did look exactly
So
like
he's been sent to me like flat out from, he was at the Doggies before and now he's at the Pies. And this morning he's at the club working, like just massaging the boys, and all the boys call him Goz. He is a dead ringer for me.
If you're sick anytime soon, we'll get him in.
We should get him in just to chat about how our life's going together.
Yeah.
He could be my twin.
There's every chance.
It's
I tell you what,
crazy.
you've got a lot of doppelgangers out there, though.
I know. Ryan Gosling.
Yeah,
Who else? John Cena.
Yeah.
Ignore that. What?
It's fucking amazing, isn't it?
Oh,
The
God.
fact that you can be waiting months and months and months, desperate to watch any footy, and halfway through the game, be ready to never watch football ever again.
Yep.
You'd think I'm a Carlton fan. I honestly think Port's loss to Collingwood is almost worse than Carlton losing to Richmond. 91 fucking points. And it's like watching your ex-girlfriend, Houston, just like hooking up with a supermodel. You're like, well, that doesn't make me feel good, does it?
No, it doesn't. And it was close to being the worst of the round.
So you reckon triple digits and it would
If
be...
it was 100, it was
Yeah.
way worse than the Blues.
Yeah.
Like, they played in what, a prelim? Last year? Yeah. Ash has no idea, but I think he's just nodding. No, he did. Yeah, he does, yeah. Matt. Here we go. Matt here.
Big Dan, Big Ollie, love your work.
Thank you, Big Dan.
Just wanted to say, as a Platinum Port member, what the fuck was that? Watching Dan Houston absolutely fucking just tear it up is like watching your hot ex's Instagram stories while you're back here in Adelaide in a boring, sexless, vanilla marriage. And to make things worse, Kenny's time at the club could get ended next week when Richmond come, sealed with a backflip and a cartwheel. That would not be ideal. Anyway, love your work.
And a huge shaft.
Yeah.
Wow, a lot of comparisons to ex-girlfriends.
Yeah,
here.
I've got a feeling that a lot of the people calling into this hotline also
I've
have
been-
relationship issues.
I've been doing that.
Yeah.
How good was that back in the day? Like, you break up with your ex and then you just check her Instagram flat out. And then you see the story and like, oh, should I press it? And then you mull on it. You're like, nah, yeah, none. And then like 5 hours later, you come back pressing it, look at it, and it's just like her walking her dog. Then you block her.
Yeah.
So she doesn't know that you saw it.
I remember once my ex, she was doing Camp America. And
Oh.
yeah, yeah. No, but like we had broken up because she was going on Camp America, so it was even worse.
Time for her to play.
And I had a Thursday night social indoor soccer game at the Blackwood Rec Centre in Adelaide, and just before we go out there, I check her Instagram story, and she was like in a lake on someone's shoulders, and I felt like I was in some sort of sports film. I had my head down. I had music blaring, and I went out there, and I was just tripping people
Ready to
over.
go.
What? You know, I was
Steaming.
yeah.
And then the other side of that, if you are like you just broke up with someone and you know that you're probably checking each other's stories, you try and post like a really good story, like you're having the best time of your life, but you're just crying flat out in your bedroom.
Yeah.
Like it's that.
All right, look, you've been in a really happy relationship for most of Instagram, or like the tail end of what Instagram we know as today.
Yep.
I do remember one embarrassing thing I've done.
Fuck yes.
In like, this is like 4 years ago.
Recent.
Yep. Deleting everyone off my close friends. Except for the one.
Oh, that's fun.
And just posting things that you think that they would like.
That's great. I love it. Yeah. Like, look, yeah, posting like if they say they can't, you have trouble with you opening up, you like posting like a really long text, being like, I've had a really hard year, guys.
Yeah,
If I can
yeah.
open up right now.
Just my favourite poem.
Yeah, right.
Like that's grim
How
areas
good's
when you
that?
get into that stage.
That is. Well, we're hanging there, Port fans, and
Yeah.
don't go. You should message your ex, Port fans.
Yeah.
You should. Everyone right now should message their ex something.
Yeah.
That's the tone for the episode.
Sack Ross Lyon, sack Andrew Bassett,
Yeah.
sack Caminiti, sack Max King, extend Ollie.
Extend Ollie. Max King with a drive-by.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's tough to sack someone when he didn't play.
Here we go.
That's
We're entering
harsh.
Crazy Saints fans took 4 quarters. Here we go.
Saints fan here.
Oh my God. Yes.
We're one game in
Lost the plot
to
already.
2025. And
Piss him off the Tassie.
Any shred of optimism for this year has left me.
I love this.
I don't think we'll win a game this year.
Agree.
I reckon we are
Horrible.
wooden spooners.
Couldn't say it. Mm-hmm.
I know that was in Adelaide, but fuck me. Seriously? Just gutless.
Yep.
Like,
And embarrassing, if I can just add that.
Carlton
Okay. Well,
losing to Richmond makes me go, we won't even beat Richmond when we play them in a couple of weeks.
They're a good team.
Oh, it is just abysmal.
respect them.
I'm a Tassie boy, and I'm just going, I'm packing up all my Saint shit. Fuck it. Devils 2028. That's where I'm at. Fuck it.
Huge.
It's funny how my voice sounds differently on the hotline, isn't
So
it?
you didn't put the voice disguiser
Yeah,
on for that? Yeah, I think a lot of you are a Saints fan with Tassie coming in. You'd be like, okay, this is looking juicy for me. Jack.
Big Richo.
No.
Ollie, how are you? Someone asked me, what do you have to be happy about in your life? And I can say, nothing! Fucking nothing! Because I go for West Coast. Oh, my days. Horrible stuff. But at least we didn't lose to Richmond playing a bunch of 14-year-olds.
I mean-
And hey, shout out to Sam Lawler's penis, because that is a pretty meaty sword he's got himself there. And, well, some blokes just get all the good genetics, don't they? Number 1 pick. penis in front of 90,000 plus the TV audience. It's a great day out for Sam. Should get a rising star nod. Maybe there was a few good ones throughout the round. But yeah, anyway, nothing for me to be happy about. I have no reason to get up in the morning. Go West Coast.
Yeah.
It's a classy show.
Fair enough. Shout out to Sammy Lawler's penis.
Yeah, well done.
Well done to that. All right. This is just as disappointed.
I watched Melbourne play footy.
Oh, no, Melbourne fan.
3 pretty good quarters. The last quarter, I was having a great time. Then 1 minute left. We get fucking beaten by Keith. Lachlan fucking Keith. The most unco fucking guy on the ground. He gave away like 10 fucking frees.
He gave away a lot.
How have we let this man win the game? Like, honestly, Toby Green beat us, cool. Tom Green, cool. Cadman even, like, pushing limits. But not fucking Lockie Keith.
Yeah. I mean, I did not have the bingo card for him to
No.
step up and put the boys on the shoulders.
No.
Did well, though. In the wet, too. Just nailed it.
To Richmond. So I just got back from the Eagles game. Obviously pretty disappointing. And,
You reckon?
wasn't really expecting a loss like that. But, at the same time, I probably should have.
Yeah, you definitely should have.
Being an Eagles supporter.
Yeah, they stink.
And
They
I
suck.
thought to myself, I was like, feel pretty shit. Might put on Rich Does Footy podcast,
Don't do that.
trying to make myself feel better. And it worked because all I had to do was listen to you talk about, Carlton choking and losing to Richmond. And it made me feel pretty good.
Great.
After that. I'm like, I was pretty upset, about our season starting this way. But then, you always got to look at the silver lining. And for me, as an Eagles supporter, thought, you know what? It can't get any worse than being 40 points up and losing to Richmond. So I actually want to say thanks. Thanks to the Carlton Football Club for doing that, because even though we had a terrible loss today, the Eagles, still wasn't as bad as losing to Richmond.
Yeah.
So,
Nah, thanks. I appreciate that. And as I've already said, like, no fan here can feel as bad as what Blues fans do.
I reckon she might have had a few emus.
Yeah, that's a shitty beer.
Dan, Ollie, big fans of the podcast. Yeah, Dan. You guys.
Okay, I'm not listening to that one again. Okay, that's an old one. I'm not doing that again. No, thank you. We're done here with that hotline for this week. So well done, everyone. Hang in there. We have some suspensions to talk about here. So this is just, we've got a lot of people missing weeks here. First one's Jackson Archer, 3 weeks for what that incident was.
Feels probably about right.
No, it feels probably right wrong.
What?
Jackson Archer having 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Getting his knees taken out. No way. I honestly think, if anything, he should have a free kick.
What?
Mate, if he gets 3 weeks for that, then we're getting suspensions for people standing still. So clear he's fine, and we obviously want everyone to be fine, but he tries to get a ground ball, fumbles it, and then just slides for like 2 meters with Archer standing there. And it looked like Archer actually ran in, assuming that he was going to pick up cleanly, tackle him, apply some pressure, but because he fumbled it and fell over, slides into Archer's legs, and it's almost like he tried to jump over him, but like got him at the same time. It all happened very quickly. And then got given 3 weeks. No way.
Okay.
No way. He can't be given 3 weeks. So what's his other option?
I see your point.
Like, there is no... He could have a broken leg. So if Archer had knocked him out and then Cleary had broken both his legs, cancel each other out, everyone's fine.
That's true. I
Is
reckon
like,
that probably
do you
would have...
think?
Yep.
Let me be a lawyer for North. I'll go in there and defend him. If he gets 3 weeks, then the game's in all sorts.
Yeah.
You can't be doing that. That's the first one. So hopefully North go and appeal that, because that is in the spirit of the game.
Okay.
That's not 3 weeks. Scrimshaw got 3 weeks for striking. So that one was definitely, that's probably 3 weeks.
Yeah.
You can't do that. Also broke his nose, I think. So he's going to get 3 weeks and then miss a lot of football.
Yeah, okay.
Tom Lynch loves being suspended, this bloke. Bit of cosy picket about him.
Yeah.
Just always does like the most random stuff. He got Tom DeConning high, so he gets a week for that. And then Justin McInerney's 3 weeks as well. I mean, we saw it. He bumps Starcevic. Now, he's got another concussion. He's got, I think, his third concussion in 12 months.
Okay, not good.
So his body's more susceptible to being knocked out.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't look that bad. I mean, Zorko tackling someone after looked worse. Zorko fully flung someone to the ground. The hit didn't look that bad. He's got 3 weeks.
So we thinking it was similar to Tom Lynch's, because from memory, the Tom Lynch thing was it's about right, but it was a high bump.
Yeah.
Right? But it was just because of his height, he
Got him.
copped him.
Yeah. I didn't know. 3 weeks is a lot.
Yeah.
Well, that's a big price to pay for bumping someone.
Yeah.
So I think Scrimshaw's, maybe that'll be 3. Lynchy will get 1 because it's just too hard to appeal a 1 week suspension. And then McInerney and Archer should be going to the tribunal.
Yep.
To appeal it. So all I can see from that though, so 3 weeks for Archer, 3 weeks for Scrimshaw, 3 weeks for McInerney. So I think what we're seeing here is that if you knock someone out, you're just getting 3 weeks minimum. Is that the thing this year?
I don't hate that. We can't be knocking people
Are we
out.
as a league happy with that? Like if you tackle someone, bump someone, knee in the head like Archer accidentally, they'll just go, that's 3 weeks?
Well, I think that's fair to take into consideration. You have to take into consideration if you meant to or not.
But they don't.
Yeah.
They never do. Again, Michael Christian had a great summer. Had the feet up, probably somewhere in Italy, having calamari and rosé, and now he's come back and just taken a big dump on a desk.
How good does that sound?
So we'll see. Hopefully they do the right thing here. Hopefully the lawyers get to work because that can't happen.
So hopefully the right thing being Archer and perhaps McInerney, or
Archer almost had his kneecaps rearranged.
Yep.
Like he should be off. They should be saying it should get a free kick at the start of the game.
Yeah.
Next week for the Kangaroos. They should, instead of bouncing it, they find Archer and say, hey mate, we missed that one.
I like that.
You start with the ball.
I like that a lot.
The McInerney maybe, I think he'll get 2 given the concussion's going to play a role in it. But I don't think it's right that you should get 3 weeks just because you knock someone out. I think the how it happened
Just
should come into
because you
consideration.
knock someone out.
Just because someone loses, consciousness for 2 seconds, you get 3 weeks. I think the incident and how you do it should come into it.
Yep.
But it's clearly not at this point. So Mongrel boots are engineered with advanced technology and built tough. That's why I wear them, because they're built tough. After a bad weekend at football, I go, you know what? Thursday night was horrible. Wear them mongrels. Need a bit of toughness to walk through the comments, the Richmond calls, all the remarks. I had my mongrel boots on, walking through those, including features like scuff cap protection, a tough side of sole for enhanced stability. I need that. Roller sole technology, increasing comfort and safety, and the Air Zone comfort system to reduce fatigue, ensuring maximum comfort. No matter what you're doing, it's always easier in mongrels. Head to mongrelboots.com.au to find your favorite boot and local retailer. Let's get into football. Let's unpack the round that was a round where Freo lose by 78, Port lose by 91, West Coast by 87, and as we said, none of them come close to the embarrassment that the Carlton Football Club is at the moment. Week 1 in the books started off with Carlton, then Friday night the Hawk train just kept rolling, beating Essendon. If you're an Essendon fan though, pretty happy. I'd be pretty happy if I was an Essendon fan.
Yep.
Not too bad. We
Yep.
lost, but we were in it. We were definitely in it. We showed some good signs. It's not our fault the Hawks are walking out to Fiend. That's scary.
Yeah.
When they start doing that, that's the scariest walkout ever.
Yeah.
You know it's a good team coming up the race, and you hear Fiend. Like that's not a good time for the oppo. I got to see that on Thursday behind glass. I will definitely be behind glass.
Yeah. So you'll see it. You won't hear it, but you'll see.
They have speakers in the president's lunch. I think. I'm not sure. Who is even Carlton's president? Wouldn't know.
Electric. That's on you. If you can find that out.
Carlton's president while we keep doing this. As I said, if I'm a Bombers fan, I'm pretty happy. They won literally all the stats, and the stats that you would say if you win these categories, you win the game. So had more disposals, had 10 more inside 50s, 1 clearances by 19, 1 stoppage clearances by 23, 1 contested footy, and had 20 more tackles.
That's a winning side.
That says that you should win 9.9 out of 10 games.
Yep.
But you had the Hawks who just were so efficient going forward. So, as I said, I'm a Bombers fan. I'm happy with that. Put up a good fight. No scarves are thrown on the ground, around necks, leaving. They're just, the only thing I do find with Essendon, they're just the kings of going inside 50 and not scoring. Love going inside 50 and not kicking a goal. So they're going to fix that.
I think Kako will change that because
He
he's
looks good.
so exciting.
He's very exciting. His first goal in the AFL was very cool. So he'll give them a bit of excitement and optimism. But I think the Bombers fans a lot of them were complaining about not being paid free kicks for the umpires.
Yeah.
That was the big thing I heard. Sorry? They were not about that. So, and a lot of them were saying, hey, it's hard to beat two teams out here.
Yeah.
The Hawks and the Umps.
Robert Priestley.
Good man.
Yeah. Love Rob.
Yep. Some was Elvis. Hey, Ben Mackay is the highest paid footballer in the league this year. He didn't touch the ball for the first half. 1.4 million. So I don't know where he's at. Why, if this is a good move by the Bombers bringing him in, is he having an impact? He's on a lot of money.
That's right. We spoke about this last year because it's structured in a funny way, right?
I think it's all front ended, so he gets paid up front, and then the back end it drops off to probably 900,000, which is still so much money.
Yeah.
But he just, even last year, had the yips with his handball. He couldn't handball for a long period there, and now he's not touching the ball. So it feels like he might be going backwards, which would be a more worrying concern for the Bombers, given how much he's tied up in him. I looked at something, it was for the touches he had last year, it was averaging 13 a game, and then it worked out to be that it was costing Essendon $107,000 to pay him every game based off that. That's a lot of money.
Far out.
A lot of money. So Bombers would be okay though. They'd be happy.
Yeah,
good
they
start
will.
of the season. I think they walk away going, you know what, this is fine.
Yep.
We got some good structure here. Zach Merritt's good. The ball movement's good. Sammy Draper does need to stop just booting the absolute living fuck out of the ball every time he gets it.
Mm-hmm.
That would be, I think, help the ball movement a bit more. Because every time he gets it, he just looks to put it into space. But pretty positive signs from them. And then the Hawks the flag favourites officially. Can we say that?
You can.
They have to be. If you're a Hawk fan, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your work that you need some time off in September because you got a flag to win. They'll just be there around the mark at the pointy end. Mm-hmm. They're unbelievable. They have the best system at the moment. They're amazing by foot, and then the way they just pick your defense apart.
Yeah.
They generally spread it when they played the G on the weekend or on Friday. They spread the whole ground and make the ground so wide that you have to, as a defender and as an opposition team, stand inside them. And then they find the weak link in that team defense. And once that one person's out of position, they're just out the back of you. And it's just so smart by Sam Mitchell. He's a genius.
Yeah.
He is just a step ahead of all the other coaches in the way he's playing the game. The Wiz was good. Thought the Wiz was really good. He's back, found his wand, almost knocked himself out with that mark.
But worth it. Jeez, it looked good.
He is just a serious player. Most exciting player in the comp.
I'd agree.
At the moment. Kick 3. And as a team, I don't know how they keep kicking goals, but they're so efficient going forward. Best small forwards in the league.
But I tell you what, even Joel, just feels so much confidence in him.
Joel's so cool.
Yeah.
His whole setup at the moment is just so fucking cool. I wish I was
a lot
him.
cooler though now than at Richmond and Gold Coast.
Yeah, well, it was cool last year.
Yeah.
Because he has a swaggy walk and he's very just this guy looks like he doesn't care about football, but when he's chasing and applying defensive pressure, this guy cares about football and he looks cool as. And when he gets the ball, just a bit of a strut, look at this, boys. And he's a left footer. Left footers look cool.
Left footers are cool.
They look cool. So, and they started bringing out the Sellies. That's where you know you cooked. Mm-hmm. They started bringing out Sellies. I don't think I saw that many Sellies against Sydney. But then on Friday night, I saw a lot of boys just bringing some Sellies to the
You've got to respect that, though.
Yeah.
The Sydney game was more of a... Because, they always say, and I feel so bad for them, they get asked relentlessly about, does Sam Mitchell, does he mind, you guys? And he goes, everyone says the exact same thing. We know that when it's okay to start having fun. And when it's not.
I mean, when they're 2 goals up, I think it's okay for them to start having fun because they know what's going to happen.
True,
It's
at this point, yeah.
Yeah, anytime you're up by 11 points, boys, start bringing them out.
Yeah.
You know what's about to happen. They're just a different, last year they were fun, and it was exciting, and it was cool to watch, and everyone kind of got on the hype train. And then this year it's okay, it's still the same things, but now it's a system, and you got Barras, and you got Battle.
Yeah.
That defense
Who
now is
looked
so
unreal.
short up. Barras looks like the most Hawthorn player ever.
Yeah.
In the poos and wees. So does Battle as well.
Yeah.
Kind of different styles. Barras is a real lockdown intercept defender. I think Battle is a bit more damaging my foot. You know him very well.
No, absolutely is.
Yeah. That defense is short up. And Scrimshaw's back there. They have all the pieces right now to go win the flag.
Yep.
So you'd be a happy team at Hawthorn.
Mm-hmm.
Are they arrogant though now? Are we saying they're still arrogant or they're about to get arrogant? Is that
I think
coming as well?
Deserve to be. Seriously.
Yeah. When you're that good, you can start being.
If they came out in the first 2 games and lost them and they were just still carrying on, but that were awful, bit different.
That was the biggest risk.
These guys have deserved every celebration that they wheel out.
Well, they're doing different ways. So Sydney, they just looked good and won the game. And then against the Bombers outplayed them for all the match.
Yep.
But they just found a way to win and kick goals and keep the pressure on. So
there's that maturity.
Yeah.
Massively.
Yeah. So they're the real deal. After 2 games, they look legit. Next on to Geelong. Absolutely dismantled Freo. The dismantled Dockers, I called them. Made it look so easy. Went to town. It was over probably halfway through the first, but at half time it was 10 goals. And then there was a little period there where Murphy Reid looked like the most dangerous player in the league.
Unbelievable.
Just parked himself in the goal square and kicked 4 in 5 minutes.
Yep.
And you're like, whoa, there's a new Reid in town in Perth. We've got 2 Reids. We've got 2 Reids being paid a lot of money soon if they can keep them. Just that, but Geelong are unbelievable. Just don't know how they do it. They're being investigated for all the cheating stuff, allegedly, about the cows and the cash in the cows. But they do this every year. You think they're going to drop off. You think they'll be old when they move Danger out of the midfield to the forward line because they obviously need pace. And you go, well, who's in the midfield? Oh, that's right. You now got a Baz.
Yeah.
Like, they just don't rebuild. They refuse to rebuild.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do like other teams where you've got to be shit for a little bit and eat shit and then draft and wait for the kids to come good. No. Just be good every year. That's not how it works. 90 tackles they had. 90 tackles and won by...
What would the average be, do you reckon?
60.
Yeah.
90's like elite.
Yeah.
That's just pressure. Max Holmes is their number 1 midfielder right now. And as I said, adding Baz to that mix is just unfair. 32-1. He looks so good. Did he get back to you at all?
Sort of.
Okay. What does that mean?
Which I think is no.
He loved hard a message?
No, he replied to my comment and said, I miss you, with a sad face.
Yeah, then fucking reply.
And then I said, well, check your DMs then, buddy.
Yeah.
And everyone went into bat. They said, mate, that's the biggest lie I've ever told.
Yeah, you don't at all. Because you've had so many McFlurries to win this comp.
Yeah.
And you've sent him a message. He looked good, though. He looked really good. Didn't skip a beat.
He has been locked in, and you can tell.
He has been locked in. Saw him skipping again.
Yeah.
In the summer. Speaking of hogs.
Jesus.
Him and Sammy Lawler. A hog watch. Yeah. That's all we got to bring that in. Change the whiteboard. Teams that can play finals, forward watch, hog watch.
Hog watch.
We can start talking about hogs, I think. Nah, bugger it. And the Geelong just look, I don't know. I think they're just going to be a team where we go every week when it comes to tipping, you go, okay, maybe they could lose, they could win, and then they're going to prove you wrong and just be really good for the whole year. Like, you're not going to have them at the pointy end of being like, no, they can win a flag until it comes to August.
Mm-hmm.
And then they make finals and they do some damaging run. Mm-hmm. Then disappointing Freo. Absolute frauds.
I think I knew it'd be tougher in Geelong, though.
You said that before the game. Just frauds. Like, we talked them up all summer, saying how good. I know Bolton was out there, but we were like, no, this team's they've got just their midfield's so stacked, and the way they move the ball, and the back of last year, they look good. Can they take some steps forward? Everything led towards maybe this year being the year for Freo. And then just to pull the Dax down and take a shit all at the same time from the boys. Disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
I was flat as. I don't even go for Freo, and I was flat with it.
Yeah, true.
So they're going to bounce back. They have Sydney now in Perth. So I think we judge Freo if they're going to be absolute frauds or not on. Let's watch them in a graveyard at like 1 p.m. Perth time.
Well, because that's
in the sun.
Yeah, that's their
bread
slot.
And
butter.
Yeah. Them being on a Saturday Arvo in Geelong, that's not where they want to be.
Mm-hmm.
They want to be like literally the latest time possible in Perth.
Yeah.
That they can play, allowing sunlight, etc.
With a team that's flown from the East Coast.
Yes,
perfect.
yeah. A team that's severely jet lagged.
Yeah.
That's where they're at. So if they get Bolton back, I think it'll be. I mean, yeah. Going into next week in Sydney, I don't know how you go with that one. Matt,
are the Swans staring down the barrel of 0-3? Jeez,
I mean, yeah. I mean, let's get into Swans right now. They played off Brisbane in the grand final rematch. They were better.
They were a lot better.
This was the game we were hoping for in the grand final. We needed this game this close 6 months earlier.
Yeah.
We should have changed them around.
Yeah.
The Swans, I don't know. I think I'd probably first on Brisbane. They were good.
Mm-hmm.
They were real good. Like, we thought that the Joe Danaher hole would be big and probably too big to fill, and then it just wasn't at all. And then considering that a heap happened before the game and in this game. So Cyclone Alfred forced them to go to Sydney earlier because they had to get out of there, and then they wanted to train. They hadn't trained for like 9 days. They had one training session in that 9-day period before the game. Then Lincoln McCarthy does an ACL in that time. Charlie Cameron's are laid out before the game. Sam Day loses his dad the week leading into this game. So he's pulled out. He's been playing as a forward all summer. And then into the game, Kyle Lumen goes out in the first quarter and Starcevich gets knocked out. And Neil has 10 touches. And they steal that team full of ticker.
What a rap sheet you've just listed there.
Team full of ticker.
Wow.
Then still find a way to just get a win. And no Joe. Seriously impressive.
That is amazing.
Fags was saying in his presser, it's the best win the team's ever had as a club. Not the premiership, no other amazing wins. He's like, this is our most inspiring, our best win as a team.
Well, you know what? I wasn't particularly aware of every single thing he listed out there. I think I agree with him.
Yeah. Zach Bailey kicked 4, so he picked up the slack for no one really being around. Levi Ashcroft, just a stud straight away. So their midfield runs so deep. Like, they just spin the wheels in there. Got Neil, Dunkley, Bailey goes through there, Ashcroft, Wheel variety, Ashcroft, Levi variety. Just so many numbers go through. They're still, I think the league still has to go through them. We're talking about Hock and how good the Hock are, but it still goes through Brizzy.
They deserve that.
100%.
You need to give them their flowers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And the Swans, they're just hungover. Just hungover from a 60-point loss. Not even a good hangover. You know how sometimes you have a good hangover and go, yeah, that was the best night of my life.
Yeah.
This is like I had 4 drinks, but I had like a Chardonnay, a Pinot, mid-strength beer, and then a vodka cruiser.
Yeah, so I didn't even enjoy myself.
Didn't even enjoy that. I didn't even go out.
Yeah.
I just drank 4 random drinks and then bounced. Like, that's where they're at.
Yeah.
A lot of Panadol being needed up in Sydney. We should ship a shit ton of Panadol up there.
Yeah, they need it.
And let them know. Their skills are just horrible at the moment. They can't hit a target for shit. And it's hard to watch. Again, there was 2 instances. There was the one last week where I think Ollie Florin missed the kick in the back 50 late in the game.
Yes.
And then this week, game on the line again, same thing, but this time Matt Roberts.
Yeah.
Just laces out. I think he laced out Dunkley and it was game over. So just can't kick.
No.
Just can't kick. And then again, 2 weeks that they've had no one play amazingly well. Like, none of their stars are really fired.
Yeah.
It feels like for Sydney to win, Heaney needs to have 40 touches and kick 2 goals. Because he was doing that early in the season last year, and there's just no one is playing well.
No, I'm having a look at the
Yeah.
stats now.
No one jumping out at you.
Heaney
Warner had 20 and 2.
Heaney with 23. Nick
nothing-
Blakey 24, but no goals.
But nothing's jumping off at you.
No,
Going,
no.
this guy must have dominated.
No, God, no.
No one's doing that. So they need to figure out what's going on in Sydney. If they could just kick and mark, they'd be okay.
Yeah.
They're just not doing that at the moment.
They're quite crucial elements to the game.
I've always
of
said,
football,
to win a game of football, you have to kick a mark.
Yep. And have more on the scoreboard than your opposition.
Yep.
And then once you've got those 3, you're fine.
Yeah, you're fine. It's a very easy game. The McCann experiment is done. Move him down back. Coxie, you just got to be like, you know what? This isn't working for us.
Yep.
You got to just put him down back and figure it out. I think they've got Hayden McLean, who's not playing at the moment, which I don't know why. I think he's the VFL, and then Logan McDonald's injured. So just shifting down back, it's not working for now. I feel for Big Coxie. Got to get a win for the boys. Got to shake this hangover. Now you get, as we said, they have to go to Freo, 0-2, potentially 0-3. So I'm not overreacting on them. I think this will be okay. I think it'll be okay. We saw Brisbane go 0-4.
Mm-hmm.
I think we just let them find their mojo, let them have a sleep.
Well, if
a greasy meal.
Yeah, if they can, if they can get a win in Perth and then sleep it off on the way home, you've then got to buy. So
could lose the buy.
But reset.
Yeah. Okay, so let's just call on them. They're fine.
Yep.
They're good. This was absolutely horrible after seeing Carlton lose on Thursday night. Pies getting their swagger back. In a big way as well. Just beating the absolute fucking shit out of Port. 91-point winners. I think we have an update on Quaynell's fragrance, actually. Let's just get to that first.
Oh, you beauty.
Yeah, you know how do we have any Port friends we can call? I don't.
Nah.
I have Ken's number. Should I call him?
If you do have his number, then call him.
Okay, here we go. Oh, yeah, here. Help me pick my game day fragrance for round 1.
Round 1 coming up, and I need a scent to wear. Opening round didn't go so well. Valentina Born and Roma is sacked. So I want to throw it to you guys. What are you thinking? What are the vibes? Weather's going to be hot. Give me some recommendations. Peace. Round
Okay. First comment on this, probably focus on getting a win on the board rather than Fragrance's champ. So he posted that obviously before the game, and then he must have posted one.
Round 1.
Yeah, he did. Oh, follow-up one.
Shout out to my boy Lewis for helping me pick this week's fragrance of the round, and it was YSL myself. Boys got a great win. On to the next one.
He's a well-manicured guy. Good-looking rooster.
Absolutely.
Yeah, good-looking rooster. So, well done to him for the fragrances. Must have suffocated Port with those scents. Just allergic.
Yeah.
There's a Port forward allergic to something in the fragrance.
Yeah.
It's actually, I don't want to say it's cheating, but you can't be putting scents on you. I'd put like something fucked, like just skunk spray or like fart spray all over my body.
Imagine that.
Just so no one will get near me. We got to look into that. They're back. They are back, ladies and gentlemen, Port. We all thought that Nick Dacos, has to not cramp and then put the team on his back again to carry the boys for a win. But no, just everyone chipped in. Didn't cramp. Nick Dacos, that we know and love, is back. 26 in a goal. And they all just play themselves back into form.
Mm-hmm.
Just play themselves back into being a serious team again. It felt like, unfortunately, the Pies of 2023. They were all just running an absolute muck. Their forward line went to work. Membry kicked 4, Mycheck kicked 3, McStay kicked 3, Hill kicked 2, Elliott kicked 2. That's hard to stop. Really hard. And then I was just looking at the team when they were just doing whatever they wanted at the Loud House and just being like, you guys are so stacked still. You got stars literally everywhere. Built a list right now that is designed to win a flag this year. Gone all out. Just went out and got Lipinski, McStay, brought in Hill, brought in Schultz, got a Membry, like bringing all these pieces because they just want to win the flag. Impressive. Their only weakness in this team is that they're getting older every day.
That's true. They're already older than they were.
They need to
after
find
win.
that, Benjamin Button shit.
Yeah.
And try and figure out how they go the opposite way or stop for a bit because that's the only thing that'll let them down, their age. How is it fair that they are allowed to have Dan Houston?
Yeah.
I don't, it's just, he just floats across half back and does whatever he wants. From half back to half forward, he just goes, you know what? I couldn't even tell you who I'm playing on if someone asked him at quarter time. If I said, hey, Dan, who you on? I said, mate, I would not have a clue.
I'd love to tell you. I would.
Is there a forward that I'm supposed to be on out here?
Yeah.
Because I'm not manning him. He got 3 votes. He looked good. I just don't... What would Port think in trading him away?
Yeah, I know.
Like, they traded away their back-to-back All-Australian halfback and he was contracted for 4 years for Joe Richards, Jack Lukosius, a first-round draft pick, and then had to take Rory Atkins. Like, that would be the worst trade in the history of the AFL.
It's right up there, isn't it?
It is horrible. Someone has to answer for that. That's not fair. You got absolutely fleeced. And people are like, how'd they happen? How did Port do that? I think I heard someone saying they were so backed into a corner by Dan Houston's management that he was like, if you don't make this happen, then there'll be prices to pay going forward with other players and upcoming draftees and, contracted players at your club where maybe I'll float a contract in front of them. He was getting like that kind of tone to him. And he also manages Lukosius. So in that trade, I think he was very much like, this happens now, it happens never.
Yeah, okay.
And Paul, we've got to make a move on it.
Yeah, well, I mean, admittedly, when you say why did they trade, they would have loved to have kept him.
He had 4 years to go on his contract.
Yeah.
On unders too. Back to back, probably going to be a back-to-back-to-back All-Australian, the way he's looking. It'll go down as the worst trade ever. A bad game for the Power. They literally should have stayed on the plane in Melbourne Airport and not even got off the plane.
For a really good team, you got to look at yourself in the mirror when Travis Boak was by far your standout player.
What's he now, 48?
Yeah, 28 touches, a goal. He doesn't need to be doing that.
No.
He's a 15 touches a game kind of guy
And he probably doesn't want to do it. He goes,
No.
boys, my back's absolutely cooked.
Yeah.
I can't carry this team. He doesn't need to. The start of Ken's farewell tour, off to an absolute howler. You see the sign at Alberton? See you, Ken?
Yeah.
They're off him. That whatever it is, the Port entrance pole where it has the Power that says bistro, gaming room, whatever. That always has something with Ken to do on it when they have a loss. They always go after him. So once again, I'll ask this to everyone. If this thing starts going south for Ken and they keep losing, if they lose to Richmond this week, does Ken get sacked?
I think, keep in mind, everyone, that we know who's replacing him. So it's not as if... we've had 3 bad losses, we're going to sack you, and now we're going to have to try and find someone. They know who they've got. They've got their man, JC.
Yeah. I'll rephrase. Yeah. I mean, they won't sack him, but I think there'll be a conversation if they continue to stink and they lose to Richmond, where they'll be like, I think, like, we've announced it already, just step down, let JC coach the boys.
Yep. I mean, I'm telling you, they could lose to Richmond. Then they've got Essendon.
Was Richmond in Adelaide?
It is.
Okay.
So that will be tough. But that's why, having said that, if they do lose, it's like, that's just terrible.
There's no need, like you said, there's no need for Ken to be hanging around anyway.
No.
Like, this is just to top up the super, if we're being completely honest. This season for him.
Super topper.
This is a super topper for sure. He doesn't give a shit. JC's taking this vehicle after. He's like, whatever.
As I've said to you before, if you had told me, Ollie, thank you so much for your time here on the show. As of next season, Electric's going to take over your position, but you can see out that for the you really think that I'm going to be coming with my best attitude?
No, you'd be, not even doing cuts.
Yeah.
Leaving raw stuff in there.
And I've got Josh Carr over there just looking at me.
Yeah.
Like waiting.
Yeah.
Like, of course, he'd be mentally out.
Yeah.
So
big game for them. Huge game. Because as I say, Richmond are a good team. I respect them. I respect them a lot. I think they're one to watch this year.
Yep.
They're the sneaky dark horse of the league. Could play finals 100%. Got to respect them.
Yeah.
You definitely do. And also, Port do they have a forward? I know they have forwards, but do they have like someone who's going to step up and kick 4 this year?
I mean, we were relying so heavily on Dixon for Port for a while there.
Yeah.
Now without him.
Marshall's out. He's
Yeah,
normally a 40-goal kicker a year. Georgiades didn't get near it. Rioli, nah. So I've got this is giving bottom 4 vibes from Port at the moment.
Well, 91 points. That is pretty bad.
That's not even trying, 91 points. That's actually hard to get done by 91 points in the AFL. And they made a prelim last year. Jeez. Watch this space for Ken. But what umpires, as much as it hurts me to say, you guys were very good. Moving on. This game was on at the same time. How do we feel about the 2 games being on at the same time?
At the pub, loved it. I had 2 screens. It was pretty good.
I had 2 screens in my lounge room. It was a lot I had both commentary going at the same time, so my eyes were crossed, and I'm just trying to...
Do you have the 2 TVs in your house?
No, I had the TV and the Lapia.
Which one got pride of place?
The Pies game did.
Yep.
I mean, this game here, the VFL Bulldogs beat North by 16 points.
Yeah.
This game was boring as shit.
Yeah.
This game absolutely stunk. Well done to the Dogs, though. Without a bunch of their stars, including the Bond, to go and just do a job.
Mm-hmm.
Good gutsy win. Need to win. Bevo needed this win as well. Just to let the league know that, hey, I'm actually a very good coach still. They were good. Libba was the captain. Now, Libba wore white boots. Don't know if you noticed that.
Big pickup.
That made me feel uncomfortable.
He's not a white boot
He's
guy.
like a black boot, let's get to work kind of guy.
Yeah.
White boots? Okay, flary.
Yeah.
Not his style.
Not as bad as like a neon green. Like he's definitely not a coloured boot guy.
It's the pink boots that are doing my head in.
Yep.
I don't know about pink boots. I think Cripple wore them. He's 2-time Brownlow medalist. Maybe he can wear them. That's fine. But if you're just rocking pink boots and you're like a 12-touch wingman.
There's a 150 game limit. Like requirement.
How about neon boots? What's the limit there?
100.
If you play 100, you can wear neon.
Yeah, I reckon.
Okay. Blue. Brandon Maynard wore blue.
I feel like a dark blue sits in a category of a black boot. So I think that's no matter when.
So do you think, should it be like how in karate you have belts? So what's the first entry-level boot you should be wearing if you're a debutant?
Black.
You're going to wear black boots?
I think so.
So no white?
Do you not think that black boots is entry level?
Black boots is pretty gross.
Yeah, exactly.
Depending what sock you're wearing.
But isn't that the point? You got to earn your colours.
Okay, so
you
when
start off with the gutsiest,
And when do you earn a white boot? 10? 15?
No, way more than that.
Not 50. 50 games hard. Mate, I got to 26. It was hard work. 25.
All right.
25 games, you got a white boot.
Okay.
And then what you're saying, 100 games for a neon?
100 games for a neon, I think is fair. I think that's totally fair.
Then what's a pink?
Like a neon pink,
Yeah.
not a pastel, like a really bright pink, 150. You've
Okay.
deserved.
Okay.
And then 200 on. I think you deserve the chance to wear like fire on your boots.
Get creative with it.
But I think what realistically happens is you go full circle and you go back to the black boot because now you're in work mode.
Yeah, true. I haven't seen the TNs get a run this year.
Well,
bring those back.
Yeah.
I mean, at 200 games, you should play barefoot. Just let everyone know. Make it hard for yourself. Back to the game. Ed Richards is absolute stud. He might be the best redhead in the league right now.
Yeah.
Is there many redheads in the league?
No,
right
there's
now?
not a lot, so he'd probably be the best.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
Matty Rao, depending on how he goes.
Actually, Matty Rao would be number one.
Yeah.
Going to be Ed Richards for Battle of the Red.
Yeah.
Yeah. 30 touches. Also got a kid. I'm going to say this wrong, his name. Joel Freer. Did I say that right? Might have known him. He's becoming a guy.
Mm-hmm.
He was picked 45 in the 2023 draft. Just like a medium defender, up to a wing kind of guy. Like becoming a player. He's good. Also, they brought in Matt Kennedy, who gave them some grunt inside. Carlton could have used him. Could have had him on the weekend. He was very good in his Dogs debut as well. And also, just when at Marvel, we had the beer situation.
Mm-hmm.
It was hot that day. 32 degrees.
Yeah, night time, but yeah.
They had the roof shut.
Yeah, no.
The boys were playing in a sauna.
Yeah.
Open it up, Marvel. Have we seen it open in a long time?
Not for
ages. You can't have the boys playing in a genuine sauna. That's not fun. A lot of people saying like it was genuinely hot under the roof.
Yep.
So open it up, and Marvel.
Yep.
Bring in the world to the inside of Marvel. And in North, I guess, North fans be happy. The game wasn't over in the first quarter. They were in it for 4 quarters. They just can't stop teams from scoring on them. Like the defense is so shaky. The Dog, I think it was close to 3/4 time. Then Dogs kicked the first 3 in the last quarter, and it was just game over straight away.
Yeah.
And they did it easily. So you would have thought that North, given the amount of outs for the Dogs, would have put up more of, or should have won. They put up a fight. They should have won. Really good opportunity for them.
Yeah.
And now a convo about Clarko. Is he the guy for him? I'm starting to have some doubts. I don't think he's the guy for him.
What makes you say that, other than the result?
Just like it's the same stuff with him.
Yeah.
It's just like I don't feel like they have like periods in games where you go, whoa, like that was the way you moved the ball then was really good. They just like, it's a lot of just getting a lot of the footy and just kicking it in and like, fuck it, Lucky's down there somewhere.
Yeah.
You know? Or like, fuck it, Lucky's down there somewhere and Zurha's on the ground. Like there's no like amazing ball movement or they're just sloppy with foot. Like they're not intimidating as a team to play. And I don't feel like they're coming up to be intimidating. And I thought Clarko would have had them wound up for, you know, would have been an amazing statement for Clarko to win this game and for the North to get some confidence and against a team like that. Just a missed opportunity. So I don't know how they're going to go this year. They're 15 wins since 2020, 6 wins in Clarko's last 47 games.
Yeah.
They got to figure this thing out and quickly because they got talent. Got some stars. I don't know if LDU signed on, but Sheasel, like they've got a team. They've just got to figure out how to play together.
Yep.
So we'll see. Here we go. The Crows once again pull your hair as Ollie twitches. Drag the Saints around Adelaide Oval. Crows 63-point winners. This was an absolute ass kicking. Do you want the floor?
Yeah, I'll go.
What are your thoughts on it?
Thoughts were, it's a nice mission the AFL gave us, round 1.
Oh, here we go. Excuses. Like
Easy.
Andrew Bassett's here.
Easy, you know? It wasn't a mission, it was a suicide mission.
Excuse.
Like, it was like, of course we don't want to play Adelaide round 1 at Adelaide Oval. But anyway.
You got sent to the abattoir, didn't you?
I think
it was. That's what I heard. When the boys ran out, all I heard was 23 leagues going, abattoir.
There was a moment, I will not.
You guys suck.
Yeah, we weren't good enough. Absolutely not. But it got me excited for when we've got certain players returning. Because I think that the 7 guys... yeah, when G-Shane comes back, I don't know. I think that we're probably not as bad as what you're saying. I think when you get back a 450 target like a Max King, a Dan Butler who is always good for a couple goals a game, Mitch Owens is coming into his own, a Filippo who I hope is about to have his breakout season, Dougal Howard down back who is, you know, one of the great intercept punchers, and like I don't know, I just think, well, you know what I mean. He doesn't really take a lot of intercept marks. He crashes a lot of packs.
Yeah.
You know, with that in mind, I think we're probably going to be okay.
I think you'll sneak into the top 18 for sure.
You're a fucking asshole. I sat here all of Friday and I didn't say one negative thing. Not one. So flip it. Can you say one positive thing?
About the Saints?
Yeah, you thought we weren't going to score a
One
goal.
positive thing was about the Saints game. The new logo looked good on the telecast. I did like
McRae
that.
looked unreal.
McRae, he'd played 250 games.
Yep.
But he's only played one good game for the Saints.
Yep. But I thought he was great.
I saw Libba posting his story. It was the Jack McRae 250 graphic the Saints did, and Libba put up like 249 shit games.
Yeah,
very good by him in the white boots too. If you hear that. Okay, one positive thing about you guys. I mean, it was good to have footy back on Sunday at 12:35.
Yes.
That was good to see that. You know what? I do feel you though. I'll be serious now. You were sent to the abattoir.
Yep.
Like that was going to be always Mission Impossible.
Yep.
And the Crows look like an absolute wagon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Their forward line is so scary. You got Fogarty, Thilthorpe. Rankin was up and down. He looked so fit. He was everywhere. Rochelle, good response from him. I think he got dropped late last year. So he was good. Like they're an absolute, going forward, they've got weapons. And even down back, they've got players that are so underrated. Like that, I put it here, Worrell. He's an absolute dog. Saligo, dog.
I asked you to say one positive thing about St Kilda, and now you're just glazing. out
Okay,
like Crows.
positive thing is you got to play with the Crows.
Oh, okay, yeah, righto.
Rory Laird now halfback.
Yep.
So I'm saying to you, the good thing and positive thing for the Saints is that you've now played them and it's over.
Yep.
That's good. You don't have to play them again.
Okay. Well, I tell you what we do have to do is fucking stay in Adelaide for a month because we've got Port Adelaide.
Oh, you're back
and we've
there.
got Gather Round.
Yeah. That's unfair.
We also didn't have our two high draft picks. So keep that in mind, Chevalier and Taru.
Also,
keep
we
that in
didn't even
mind.
announce that we sponsor.
Well, I thought we were going to wait for a...
Nah,
but
we're into
we
the
might as
season
well
now.
say it.
So the show, the program, the pod, we sponsor Alex Taru. You can see it on the website. It definitely says brand sponsor Dan Does Footy.
It's we've entered into a adult territory of the business world.
And true
Rubbing
to
shoulders.
so the thing is, if you're a new time listener, we will sponsor the top 10 draftee every year.
Yep.
Going forward of the pod. So this is the first time Alex is top pick 10, and true to pick 10 form, he's got a broken back at the moment, so he's not playing at all. So I don't want to put pressure on the young kid, but he's costing us money to be in the rehab room.
Yes.
And if you have a horse, this isn't cheap. So we need him to get in a hyperbaric chamber. We need him to find some kind of magic potion and just get his ass back on the field.
Don't worry,
because
brother.
we are bleeding out the backside for him. Okay. Need to get him on. How's he
Absolutely.
going? Have you heard anything? How is he?
He is in and out of that Danny Frawley centre like no one's business,
Fucking
mate.
wanna be.
He is rehabbing it up well. I think he will play this year for sure.
I mean, again, it's an investment, so I would hope that he would play again. You're not giving me confidence about this investment.
Well, no, yeah, he's injured at the moment, but I have heard. I haven't met him, but I've heard because I've asked, how's my investment going?
Yeah.
via proxy.
Yeah.
And they go, one of the nicest kids ever. Super. So,
Okay.
What?
Ollie,
Mate.
I want return on investment. Everyone's very nice.
Dan, Rich, we haven't. We've played one game and he's injured, so there's not a lot to go on right now.
Oh, what that 15 grand get you? Oh, he's a nice kid. I want him to win a Brownlow.
Yeah, and maybe he will. Probably not this year.
Okay. I don't want to put the pressure on him because I know what it's like to be in position. We will get around him hard. I think we should call him, get him on the pod.
Yep.
Just check in as like a welfare check. We know you're not out there. That's fine. Let's not talk about how much money it's costing us. But how are you mentally, physically? Can we organise that?
Absolutely.
To get him on?
Well, you'd want to hope so.
I mean, you would want to hope so.
You would want to hope so.
You would want to hope so. So we're getting around him. But we're on the Crows. Pride South Australia. They look. I know it's a one game and we're overreacting, but they look good. Well, last year we spoke about them being like a threat.
Yeah, you did.
This feels different. This feels like, oh no, we made it this year.
Mm-hmm.
So go Crows. I might do a heel turn and start going for them again. A bit of Crom. Giants and D's. Giants get a last-minute win. As we heard, Keith kicks the absolute game winner against the D's. 3-point winners at the Loud House in front of 15 people. Jeez, absolutely no one was there.
I mean, we're hoping they were there, but inside, like in the or
They weren't there, mate.
They just weren't there.
They weren't there. A lot of people saying they're MCC members. And also, AFL, don't schedule that game in Melbourne, F1 on, pouring rain, and you know it's going to be the Demons.
Mm-hmm.
Like, move them to a Saturday Arvo.
Mm-hmm.
But in saying all that, game of the round.
pretty good.
Unbelievable game. That was a great game. Great game. I mean, it's the worst way for D's fans to lose in the last minute or so with keep kicking that goal. But Track was back. Our friend was back. Friend of the pod. He looked all the way back. No DMs this time. No, he looked really, really good. He was, though, for some reason, I don't know what Goody, and again, don't know if like his coach does some weird coaching stuff sometimes, had him at half forward like the last centre bounce.
Mm-hmm.
And then Gorney went to smoke the living shit out of the ball off the ground and just missed it. And then the Giants went the other way. So that was pivotal as well. But these fans be optimistic.
Yeah.
Everyone's fit.
They look good.
They love each other still.
Yeah. You
There's
know
no
what?
hate.
There was a lot of that. I noticed that. Track's goal.
A lot of love for
A
him.
lot of love.
Yeah. There was a lot of getting around each other, which
Yeah.
we didn't see last year.
So if you're going to talk, you have to walk the
They did a
walk.
lot of
and,
love.
Yeah.
I didn't see
saw
anyone
that.
kissing. So, like, again, we don't, like, levels of love, like hug
Yeah.
love, kissing love. They were really lovely if they kiss each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would
I'm
show
sure they
that.
will.
So, but they look, I think if you're a D's fan again, a bit like the Bombers fans, you're happy. Like, that was good. Giants are red hot. They coming off. We know what the Giants bring every game.
Yep.
They're going to make you work for it. And the D's took it to them for 99% of the game.
Yep,
and lost at
absolutely.
the end. And then the Giants, just in the back of that, just find ways to win.
Mm-hmm.
Just seriously impressive. Had no right win this game, really. Pouring rain. And then just having, I didn't have him kicking the game winner, Lockie Keefe, but their midfield just goes to work.
Yeah.
Seriously impressive. Finn Callahan's probably wishing that he took more money now than the $70 million that was offered to him from the Saints and whatever he's on at the Giants.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he again just turned up and went to work in the rain this time.
Mm-hmm.
Serious player. Serious player. So I think the Giants start getting back some soldiers now.
Yeah.
I think Hogan comes back.
And that's it for the G as well, for them.
Only one game of the
Yeah.
G. Wow.
Yeah.
Unless it's a final or grand final.
So
Made it. Yeah, right. That's big. Okay, well, they made it. I know there's only 15 people there, but they enjoyed the experience for sure. One of them. So Giants are just, they're just doing their thing. They're going to be like that all year. Just whatever conditions, wherever they play, whoever they play, they're just going to make you absolutely work for it.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully the D's, we see more of this good D's that we like.
I'd like to think so.
A lot of love. A lot of love, because the wheels can come off easily down at Demonland.
Mm-hmm.
And last game of the round, the Suns gave the Eagles an absolute pasting. Biggest win in their history, 87 points. Eagles stink. Eagles are just have been so smelly for a long time now. I know they won a flag in 2017, so not that long, but like the last 3-4 seasons.
But particularly bad.
Just bad.
Yeah.
Like North, we say they look good because they showed some effort. I feel like the Eagles consistently want to be there.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't show the effort that normally a bad team would show, where they put up a bit of fight for a quarter or a half or make you work. And we thought at home they would do that against the Suns, who look like just amazing, brand new Suns, rebranded.
Yep.
Dimmer second year.
Travelled.
Haven't won a game out of Gold Coast for the last 10. So they got that.
Yeah.
That's off the back now. Their midfield is absolutely ridiculous. Anderson, Rao, Miller combined for 92 touches. Witts had 68 hitouts. Like this midfield is just crazy. And we just keep forgetting that the team's literally full of top 10 draft picks.
Yep.
They've now done their 4-year apprenticeship in the AFL and they're just ready to go. Got 60 games in them or so.
And they're staying, so it's
and
super
staying
exciting.
all on long-term contracts.
Yep.
Bring in Rioli, bring in Noble, and that's a team that can do some damage.
Yep.
Scary at home. I think their run's real good now. Their draw. I think the first month of football is like really favourable.
Yeah, okay.
So they're an absolute wagon. But they're scary. If they get going, Ben King got the matchup of his dreams. Poor Harry Edwards just was totally a fish out of water.
Mm-hmm.
Ben King, I've got him for the Coleman as well.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, he's going to kick a lot of goals. Kicked 55 last year. He looks just ready to explode.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah, so, and long year for the Eagles. They just, again, I don't know where they're at. Even Harley was down. He was playing half forward, so is he like now unfit?
Yeah, I think he'd
They
only
got a
got the 12
question.
touches or something. Like,
Even Kelly.
yeah.
Kelly, who said before the season started, he's like, I'm not in love with the game, which is fair enough to fall in out of love with it. But like you're now looking like you just don't love the game,
Yep.
which is that's how it is. Then that's how it is. But as a West Coast fan, you want those two to get going, and they did just nothing. So I hope Harley hasn't checked out. I hope he's got to a point where he's like, I'm so checked out of being in West Coast that I'm just not really gonna Maybe he's doing like if I check out, bring the price down, bada bing, bada boom, hello, Carlton.
So, yeah, okay. I think it'd be pretty disappointing to be checked out after only one season.
Kids, teenagers, you know what they're like.
Yeah.
Slam the door, stay in there. So I don't know. I just don't know. It just felt a bit different. I know it's only one game of the season, but he just felt like his energy levels were a bit lower.
Yeah.
So hopefully he hasn't. Hopefully he sticks it out because he's a lot of money.
Yeah, now there are so many other bright, shiny new toys that we can watch, you know?
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
yeah, it's really going,
it's a fickle league.
It's
We can forget pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah, we forget. And he's out west as well, so you kind of forget. I know there's two teams there, but majority is this side. We forget, like, oh, he's out there.
Yeah.
He's still really good. So hopefully he just gets together.
Yeah.
Yes, and McWalter, first game, not great.
No.
More than how you want to start things, so. Oh, Eagles, hang in there. I didn't cross them off the board. They're still on the board. They can still play finals. I'll give them one more week.
Give them one
more week.
Who have they got next week?
Oh, my God, who? I think they've got... Who have they got?
Brisbane.
Oh, they're coming off straight away.
Yeah.
That's got to be that's going to be literally the umpire bouncing the ball for the first quarter and then getting crossed off.
Yeah.
I think. That's a vibe thing. So the power rankings coming into round one now. Let's rank my teams.
Yep.
New thing. Hawks, Giants, Lions, Geelong, Pies.
Mm-hmm.
Top 5 teams in the league right now.
Yep.
We happy with those?
Really happy with those.
Yeah.
Speaking of ladders, one thing I would like to have a bit of a moan about. Don't quite understand why. Let me have a look at it here. Port Adelaide, West Coast, Fremantle, St Kilda, Essendon, Carlton, North Melbourne are all below Sydney, even though Sydney have lost twice. But those teams only once. I feel like that doesn't make sense.
That ladder's a joke. I don't understand it. I think, what was it in the end? Someone, I think they were saying like, Sydney had lost twice before some teams have even played a game.
Yeah.
So just makes no sense. It's going to be so hard to track now. And then you've got the extra game at the end around 24 between the Suns and the Bombers, which is just like, that's hard to read. Even when you do the predictor, ladder predictor, that's impossible. That's ruined everything.
Oh,
Everything's out of
good
place
luck.
now.
Yeah.
So, all right, round one in the books officially. We've vented. We put this behind us. If your team lost, you listen to this, you got through, we put it behind us, and we come back, we pick the weapons up again, and we go to war for round 2.
Yep.
We go, this is the week things turn. This is the week we get our belief back. This is the week where we don't call people Richmond.
Yep. Well,
and I'm so confident that if the Blues lose again, I'll change my second name to Hawthorn. I'll be Richmond Hawthorn. I'm just kidding. That was a joke. I'm not doing that. Put on the record, I'm not doing that.
Because,
no,
we
Ollie.
won't have the contract for you to change your name by Thursday anyway.
Not doing that.
So you could add it in.
Just joking. What I'm trying to say is it's time to be optimistic.
Yeah.
Time for our moods to change.
Okay.
If you're at work, on the work site, you've listened to it, let's go.
Yep.
New week, new us.
Good attitude.
We'll see you for the preview.
What's gambling really costing you? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.